Please remain standing, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem. You may be seated. Good morning. It is an honor to be here today to welcome you all to the 13th commencement ceremony for Randolph Early College High School. First, I would like to introduce the distinguished guests who are here with us today to celebrate our achievement. As I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Dr. Stephen Gainey, Superintendent of the Randolph County School System. Mrs. Kathy Waddell, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction for Randolph County School System. Mr. Fred Burgess, Board Member for the Randolph County School System. Mrs. Suzanne Rohrbaugh, Vice President for Instructional Services for Randolph Community College. Mr. Chad Williams, Vice President for Student Services for Randolph Community College. Mrs. Shelley Green, the Vice President for Institutional Advancement for Randolph Community College. Mrs. Hope Haywood, Randolph County Commissioner. And I'd also like to recognize our vast support system here today, the friends and family who have come to celebrate, and the teachers and staff who have guided us and encouraged us throughout high school. You all have been instrumental in getting us to this point, and we could not thank you more. And to the class of 2022, you have been, you are, and you will be spectacular, and I personally can't wait to see what we all do. Thank you. And at this time, it is my honor to introduce our 2022 valedictorian, Emma Moon.
The famous French painter Claude Monet once said, "It's on the strength of observation and reflection that one finds a way, so we must dig and delve unceasingly." As Monet suggests, I believe that we can learn something about ourselves by reflecting on our time in high school. So let us reflect. In August of 2018, at the mere age of 14, we entered RECHS for the first time. Whether feeling extremely nervous or completely indifferent, each of us recognized the newness of RECHS and the change that it represented. We would spend our next 4 years here. With college classes and totally new people, everything seemed daunting and uncomfortable. Adding a Camp Caraway trip that I can only describe as torturous did not help either. Slowly but surely, whether in Mr. Schuyler's Earth and Environmental class or Ms. Shill's World History class, new people became familiar and then eventually our friends. We found tables in the Armadillo Cafe and picnic tables outside that we claimed as our own, and things started feeling normal. As freshman year continued, we bravely faced driver's ed, which brought new horror stories, the fear of not passing the permit test, and tales of parents yelling at us. As May of 2019 approached, we were glad that we were no longer the new ones on campus and lavished in the idea that it was not our turn to graduate. Not even close. Sophomore year began. We met new teachers, experienced new classrooms, and welcomed the opportunity to judge the freshmen. As months passed, we longed to drive, to grow up, to reach the prominent age of 16, which promised what the movie suggested. We could go wherever we wanted, get a job, and experience the life of a true teenager. Windows down, hair blowing, the perfectly curated playlist. We all knew we were getting older, and we found ourselves asking each other, can you believe we graduate in 2 years? Junior year snuck up on us. This year felt like a precursor. We took the SATs and ACTs, which signaled that college applications and our future were near. Still, we said, not yet. College tours were promoted. We heard the dreaded sentence, it is probably a good idea to start your college essay now, and we begged, please, not yet. As fast as it began, the year ended. Many of us attempted to say and reconcile with the fact that we were seniors. Senior year, the year of lasts. This year, everything that we have done has been accompanied by the knowledge that this is our final year of high school. Last first day, last final, last day of school. Soon enough, emails flooded our inbox about cap and gown pickup, graduation practice, and finally, graduation. Many of us stood by our mirrors, ochre caps on our heads, and looked at ourselves in bright red gowns, wondering how we got to this moment. Not too long ago, we were the freshmen entering the halls of RECHS, unaware of where the Commons was located, how to get to class, and questioning whether or not we would make it. Now, we can point out our favorite places to complete work in the LRC, where we like to park, and which route to class is the fastest. Many of us have found a comfortability that we now have to leave. While our time at RECHS is drawing to a close, during these last moments, I challenge each of you to reflect on your own time at this school. Although we started as completely new students without any notion of how these 4 years would go, during our time here, we have learned many new lessons, met new people, and gained new friendships. While we reflect and observe our time in high school, as Monet suggests, we can truly see that we have found our way. From frightened freshmen to I'm so done with this school year seniors, all of us are prepared to navigate our future. As we enter the workforce and move on to different colleges, we might find ourselves experiencing the same nervousness that is eerily similar to what we felt on our first day of freshman year. If you find yourself feeling this way in whatever new situation you pursue, I want you all to remember that during our time in high school, we conquered this feeling. While new jobs, college, and different settings can seem frightening, remember your time here. We found our place once, and we can do it again. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2022. I now invite Grayson Greenwood to the podium to introduce our keynote speaker.
Good morning, again. On behalf of the class of 2022, it is my honor to introduce our keynote speaker. Dr. Bob Shackelford assumed leadership of Randolph Community College on January 1st, 2007, and will be retiring after 15 years of service to the college and our community on June 30th. Dr. Shackelford formerly served as the Dean of Student Services at Randolph Community College from 2000 through 2003 before taking the Vice President of Student Services position at Rockingham Community College. He first joined Randolph Community College in 1998 as the program head for the Early Childhood Associate Curriculum and eventually became the chair of Human Services the Human Services Department. Dr. Shackelford earned an associate's degree in secondary education from Bluefield College in Bluefield, Virginia, and a bachelor's degree in physical education from the School of the Ozarks in Point Lookout, Missouri. He completed his master's degree in child development and family studies and a doctorate in human development and family studies at the University of North Carolina in Greensboro. He also holds a Master of Divinity from Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary in Wake Forest. Dr. Shackelford is a frequent speaker at local civic clubs, schools, and churches, and a regular presenter at professional workshops and conferences. Shackelford and his wife, Teresa, live in Randleman with their son, Will. He also has two grown children, Christy and Corey, and one granddaughter, Brianna. Randolph Early College High School would like to thank Dr. Shackelford for his continuous support for our school, and we wish him all the best as he begins his retirement. Unfortunately, due to some unforeseen circumstances, Dr. Shackelford could not be with us here today, but he did send this message to us.
address for the Randolph Early College High School this year. The Early College High School started the same year that I became president of Randolph Community College. When I took office, you were halfway through your first year as an early college high school. And I've been so proud of what you've accomplished and what you've done through the years. I've seen so many of your graduates go on to do great things. I remember how excited I was when we hired Victoria Davis just a few years ago to be a member of our English faculty at RCC. Miss Davis was a member of your very first graduating class in 2010, and then she went on and got her bachelor's degree and her master's degree, and now is a part of the faculty of Randolph Community College. So many of your students have gone on to do great things. They've gotten scholarships to the four-year universities and gone on and gotten your masters and your doctorates and entered into great careers and had great lives. And I'm expecting the same from each of you. So I want to congratulate you on your choice to come to the Early College High School. And I want to congratulate Ms. Gross and all the faculty and staff of the Early College High School. The passion with which you do your work and the way you engage with your students is just remarkable. And you're to be commended. You're a top performing school in this county and in this state. And I'm so proud that we share in this mission with you by helping to serve your students alongside you. I know that none of you would choose to have just an ordinary life if you could have an extraordinary life. And so I want to talk to you a few minutes this morning about how you can have an extraordinary life. It's just a few very simple things, but they're so important. One is, if you want to have an extraordinary life, learn everything you can learn, because nothing you learn will ever be wasted. I remember when I was in sixth grade, they required us to take a typing class, and I thought that was so foolish. I said, I'm not going to be a secretary. I'm never going to have to, I'll never even buy a typewriter. I don't need to know how to type. Well, there weren't computers back then. Little did I know that I'd spend the rest of my life on a keyboard having to know how to type in everything I do. And fortunately, I'm not a one-finger peck typer because I took a typing class in the sixth grade, not having any idea that I would never need to know how to do that. Let me tell you about my friend Ardell Fairley. He and I were in college together out of Missouri. He was the only other classmate I had that I knew who was from North Carolina. So we're out in southwest Missouri, and he's from Fair Bluff, North Carolina. And so our senior year, he decided he's going to quit college. The reason he was going to quit was because in order to graduate from that college, no matter what you majored in, you had to pass a swimming class. Ardell said, I've never been swimming. I'm never going swimming. I'm afraid of the water. I don't go near the water. I said, well, what if your children fall in? He said, they're not going near the water either. I don't need to know how to swim. I said, Ardell, you're not going to get this close to a college degree and drop out because you don't know how to swim. I teach swimming. I'll teach you how to swim, and you're going to pass this class and you're going to graduate from college. Well, fall of our senior year, I spent the whole semester with him in a swim class and working with him after class in the evenings teaching him how to swim. When the final day of the semester came, all Ardell had to do was climb in the deep end and swim across the pool to the other side and climb out. And he passes the swim test, he passes the swim class, and he graduates from college. Well, he got in, and he struggled a bit, but he made it. And he was so excited that he's going to graduate from college now, and he didn't let the requirement of a swimming class stand in his way. Well, after that, we went home for the Christmas break, and when we came back after Christmas, I saw him on campus, and I said, Ardell, how was your trip back to North Carolina during the holidays? He said, oh, you're not going to believe my trip. He said, I'm a hero down in Memphis. I said, a hero in Memphis? There's no way. He went and pulled out a newspaper and showed me his picture on the front page of the Memphis newspaper. It turns out that as they were heading to North Carolina on a bus, going down I-40, as they were getting ready to cross the Mississippi River, the fields and plains out beside the river had flooded because the Mississippi had overflown its banks, and the bus had been swept off the highway and bounced on its side and lodged in some trees. Well, everyone on the bus was elderly except for Ardell, and they're hanging in the windows, looking out the windows and wondering what they're going to do, and they're all crying, thinking they're going to drown. Ardell said, "Well, don't worry, I just passed a swim test yesterday." And he climbed out the window, and while he struggled to do it, he swam back to the road, flagged down some help, and they took a boat out and rescued all the people out of the bus. The next day, Ardell's picture's on the front page of the paper, and the headline says, "College student passes swim test one day, rescues bus the next." Ardell was a hero in Memphis, he who argued that he would never need to know how to swim. Learn everything you can learn, because I promise you nothing will ever be wasted. In 1800, the cumulative knowledge of the human race doubled every 100 years. By the time I was in high school in the late 60s, the cumulative knowledge of the human race doubled every 10 years. Today, the cumulative knowledge of the human race doubles every 10 to 11 months. That means that the human race knows double what it learned from the beginning of history. We have doubled that knowledge since last summer. And between now and the end of next spring, it will double again. You can't afford to stand still while the knowledge of the human race is developing at such a rapid rate. Keep learning. Nothing you learn will ever be wasted. My mother didn't just teach me things, she taught me to love to learn. Always be reading something. Soak up knowledge. I read about a book a week. If somebody asks you, "What are you reading?" I'll say, I haven't read anything in a long time. You can't afford to do that. Love to learn. Learn everything you can. It'll never be wasted. So learn everything you can if you want to live a remarkable life. And the second thing, if you want to live a remarkable life, work hard. Work very hard. I remember when I was a freshman in high school, I went out for the basketball team. It was a very large high school. We only had one high school in the whole county. Imagine that, in Randolph County. Had one high school that served all the students in the county. And so a very large number of students went out for the freshman basketball team. There were about 200 boys going out for the team. And I sat there looking in the bleachers and thinking, well, this is going to be a challenge. Well, it turns out it wasn't all that much of a challenge because I got cut in the first cut. I didn't make the team. I got put off the team. I'd never played before. We'd moved around all my life, and I'd never played organized ball, and, well, I just didn't make the cut. Well, a few months later, I bought a little paperback book by a man named Bill Bradley. Bill Bradley was an All-American basketball player at Princeton. He went on to play with the New York Knicks, was All-NBA. He ended up becoming a U.S. Senator from New Jersey. A remarkable man, but he was a senior at Princeton, and I bought this little paperback book entitled A Sense of Where You Are. One sentence in that book changed my life. It said, when I'm not practicing, someone somewhere is. And when we meet, he'll beat me. Well, I thought about that. I said, well, that's why I got beat. That's why I got cut from the team. I haven't been practicing. But then I thought about it the other way around, and I said, well, but what if between now and next year, I'm the one who's practicing? So I wrote that down and taped it over my bed. I taped it up in my locker. I wrote it on my notebook. When I'm not practicing, someone somewhere is. And when we meet, he'll beat me. And the rest of that school year, my freshman year, and all that summer, while other boys were riding their bicycles and playing at the pool and going to the beach, I got my basketball out And I dribbled down to the court every day, and I practiced and I practiced, and I went to basketball camp, and I practiced and I practiced. And the next year when we went back, I decided to go out for the JV team as a sophomore. And I remember walking out on the court the first day, and one of the boys named Victor said, hey man, you got cut last year, don't you get it? And I said, well, I've done a lot of practice since last year. Well, to make a long story short, all the cuts were made, and they narrowed the team down to the final 12. And that last day when my name was on that roster and I had made the team, I was so excited. It was one of the happiest moments of my life. And I was so proud to put on that uniform. I was so proud to make the team. I was so proud to be accepted as a part of that basketball team for my high school. And I continued to practice hard and continued to work hard. And I went on my senior year to be captain of the team, the lead scorer, lead rebounder, and I went on to college. When I got to college, the coach said, I have a scholarship I want to hand out, and I'm considering you and 2 other players that I've been scouting. And let me ask you, why should I give you this scholarship? And I thought about it, and I said, Coach, I can run pretty fast, but those other boys may be able to run a little faster. I can jump pretty high, but those other boys may be able to jump a little higher. I'm a good shooter. They may be a little better than I am. But I'll tell you one thing. No matter how fast they can run, no matter how high they can jump, or how well they can shoot, nobody on this team will work harder than I will every game, every trip up the court to help our team win every night. I will outwork them all. He looked at me and he paused and he said, Bob Shackelford, you're exactly what I've been looking for. Welcome to the team. And I got a scholarship to play basketball through college. Not because I could out-jump, out-run, and out-shoot all the other players, but because I assured the coach that I would outwork them. Your employer will be the same way about you. If you work hard, if you have a great work ethic, that will mean as much to them as anything else you can do. Don't ever let anyone outwork you. Give it your best every trip up and down the court. Give it your best every day that you show up at the office. Give it your best in every relationship you have, in every task you undertake, in all that you do in your life. If you work hard, some people just coast through life. How little can I get by with? How much work do I have to do not to get fired? Well, that's not on my job description. Well, I don't like to do that. No, no, no. If you want to stand out, if you want to live a remarkable life, if you want to be given opportunities that others are not going to get, you work hard. If you learn everything you can learn and you work hard, you're going to have a head start on everybody else. And then there's one other thing, and this may be the most important of all. If you want to live a remarkable life, never compromise your integrity. Maintain your integrity in all you do. What is integrity? It's telling the truth. It's being real. It's doing the right thing. So many people take shortcuts and they fudge and they give in here and they cheat there and they're this way around some people and they're that way around other people. They're not genuine. They're not real. People without integrity may get in high positions of leadership, but they are a plane crash waiting to crash and burn. If you want to live a remarkable life, it'll be a life where people trust you and they respect you. Those are the people that they will give their attention to and give opportunities to. Those are the people they will follow. If you want to be a leader, if you want to be someone that people respect and admire and appreciate, if you want to be someone that people speak well of and people admire you and people Celebrate your successes. Then never compromise your integrity. A man wrote a letter to the IRS one day, and he said, "Dear IRS, last year I did not report all of my income, and therefore I did not pay all the taxes that I owed. I felt very guilty about this, but I didn't do anything about it. But last Sunday, my pastor preached a sermon on integrity, on doing the right thing, and well, since then, I've not been able to sleep very well. So enclosed, you will find a check for $1,000 for the taxes I owe. Sincerely, John Doe. P.S. If I still can't sleep, I'll send you the rest of it." Well, see, we all believe in integrity, but to live up to the full measure of integrity is a challenge every day. You will spend a lifetime building a reputation, and your reputation can fall and crash in 2 minutes. Don't lie, don't compromise, don't cheat, don't steal, don't fudge, don't be insincere, because it'll catch up with you. The people who get to the top in this life and stay there are the people who are trusted and respected because they do the right thing, they say what they mean what they say. The state motto of North Carolina is "Esse quam videri," to be rather than to seem to be. And I encourage you not to be someone who just seems to be one thing, but really you're another. Be who you really are. Be true to yourself. Be true to other people. They will believe in you, and you will live a remarkable life. Learn everything you can learn. It'll never be wasted. Work hard. Don't let anyone outwork you. When I'm not practicing, someone somewhere is, and when we meet, he'll beat me. And number 3, never compromise your integrity. I want to congratulate you on this great achievement in your life. I'm very proud of you. We've been very proud to have you on RCC's campus. I'm proud of your faculty and your staff. I'm proud of each of you. And I wish you the very best in all that you can do. I want you to go on and continue your education. I want you to have a great career, a great life. And perhaps I can conclude with these words that some of you have heard me share. I'm only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. And what I can do and should do, by the grace of God, I will do. Thank you, congratulations, and God bless you in all that you do.
Good morning. It is my honor to present to you the candidates for the North Carolina High School Diploma. As the graduates cross the stage, you'll notice some wearing additional pieces to the traditional regalia. Our top 20 graduates are wearing medallions. Beta Club is represented by black stoles for members and medallions for officers. And gold, purple, and green cords are worn by the members of the Science National Honor Society. Front row, please rise. Guadalupe Aguilar Sosa.
Leslie Diane Aliman. Eris Deja Alling. Karen Alexa Ariano Cavarrubias. Carlos Ariano Miramontes. Jacob Ryan Atkinson. Martha Gabriela Aviles Cabrera. Carly Rain Badeau. Aiden Trey Baker. Lindsay Paige Bateman. Alicia Jade Beddick. Next row, please rise. Daisy Beza Maya. Sanaya Soleil Bostick. Sydney Logan Brady. Elisa Marie Broxton. Kylie Lynn Bird. Natalie Chacon Bustos. Social Gloria Chavez. Emma Kadudi. Megan Lynn Councilman. Lev Quartermanch. Kaden May Cox. Next row, please rise. Zachary Isaac Cunningham. Caroline Elissa Davis. Miguel Angel Duque. Samantha Cabrera Duran. Diana Guadalupe Esparza Villa. Aaron Cade Flincham. Corey J. Gooch. Alejandro Luis Gray. Grayson Conley Greenwood. Stephanie Rose Gumbus. Sulamita Cecilia Gutierrez. Next row, please rise. Laura Mackenzie Harrison. April Jillian Hayworth. Aaron Abdil Hernandez. Natalie Rylan Hildreth. Emma Marie Henshaw. Alexa Shea Huggins. Allison Nicole Kidd. Jackson Scott Kirkman. Mason Jacob Nisley. Rain McHell Lawson. Emily Nicole Lincoln. Next row, please rise. Samara Lily Lockamy. Ruby Celine Lopez. Melanie Lopez Degollado. Miranda Grace Lynch. Carly Dawn Macaluso. Emmy Grace Mayers. Chase Allen Marsh. Adriana Martinez Pineda. Hannah Elizabeth Mast. Cheyenne Gage Mayoka. We'll get it to her, we promise. Shane Christopher McDuffie. Cheyenne, please come back up. Cheyenne Gage Mayoka. Next row, please rise. Emma Hope Moon. Jesse Martin New. Journey Inez Nixon. Aiden Levi Norton. Josina Jenny Ortega Bringus. Ana Carolina Perez. Persephone Seta Poindexter. Marlene Reyes Rangel. Lola Mackenzie Riza. Santos Francisco Rivera Vasquez. Anareli Rodriguez Moreno. Last row, please rise. Effie Luis Rosario. Zaria Christine Russell. Maylee Grace Sanders. Blakelyn Corey Scrimpture. Skylee Cassidy Webb Smith. Aaron Hildreth Stepp. Jonathan Daniel Trogdon. Jackson Christopher Troutman. Juan Pablo Valdez Aguilar. Julissa Vasquez Salazar. Isaac Adrian Vasquez. Isaac Vera Espinoza. Daisy Vera Raya. Wesley Norwood Wells. Shelby and Victoria Wright.
So I'm going to go off script just for a second, and I just want to talk to the class of 2022. So it's completely personal, okay? I was named principal in July of 18, and just a few weeks later, y'all came. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare. I was learning my role. I was learning all about the early college. Y'all were having to learn how to be a high school student and a college student, and we were learning together. And I just need y'all to know, like from here, how important y'all are to me, because my goal, my personal goal when I came in was to see this day. I said, no matter what, I want to see my first class. I want to go all the way through it with them, and I want to be the one to give them their diploma. Sorry, Cheyenne, but you got yours. So I just need y'all to know y'all will always be in here. You have a little piece of my heart. It's been so wonderful to see you grow and become these seniors. And I just thank you for letting me be your principal. So I just love y'all so much. So thank you. All right, so we have a little surprise for you. After the ceremony, don't do it now. Be very careful that you don't tear your diploma, but I'm going to ask that you take your diploma out. And you are going to find some sweet messages from all of your staff members behind your diploma. So do it, Gabby, after the ceremony. But that is definitely a team effort, and it's something we started actually with the class of 2020 during COVID when we couldn't see them. So now it's a little tradition that we have. So we hope that you enjoy those, okay? All right, seniors, please rise. At this time, please turn your tassel from right to left to signify your graduation from Randolph Early College High School. By the power vested in me by the state of North Carolina and Randolph County School System Board of Education, and on behalf of the faculty and staff of Randolph Early College High School, I now pronounce you graduates of this fine school. Family, friends, and guests, let me present to you the class of 2022. Audience, please rise and remain standing during the recessional. Congratulations, RECHS class of 2022.
happiness is to you.